Is there anything you regret?
Fairly recently I went on a course that I found really useful. I did have the opportunity to go on it some months after I started working here, but I had a holiday that day so I couldn't go. I regret having that holiday because I could have gone on the course sooner and I found it really useful.
I don't really have any regrets, but if there was one it would be I would have liked to have joined Oxfam earlier in my career. I'm more motivated now. I work for a company which has a big goal for its mission rather than selling chocolate bars or cheese.
When I first started at Oxfam, I wasn't quite as confident as I am now. This is 2 years ago. I regret not grabbing more opportunities when I was offered them at the time. I didn't take the opportunity to go on an advanced fundraising course, which I regret and would have given me a lot more skills. I've now since taken the course and it's been very beneficial.
I'm going to do the Chartered Institute of Marketing qualification next year, and I'd wish I'd done that earlier, but I'm pleased I'm doing it next year.
I regret not being able to use languages in my job. In my previous jobs, I was always able to do that, which I really enjoyed.
I regret not coming to this company sooner and not knowing about the events world sooner. The company I worked for before was quite mundane, quite boring, but I've come to this company and everyone's so friendly and the job's really interesting, so I do regret not finding out about this sort of work before.
What would you like to change in society?
I'd like to ban meat that comes from animals that haven't been treated ethically. I think it's really important to look after animals, and it's not good that cheap meat is available that hasn't been properly reared.
I would like to get rid of inaction, or as we call it, apathy, so that more people took more action against global poverty.
I'd like to ban the importation of unethical goods from developed countries. I think we should be looking really carefully at how we support developing world and looking at fair trade produce so we can help. It's a good way of supporting the developing world.
Smoking is the main thing that I like to ban, and I was just glad when the government brought in the ban on smoking over here, so we can go out to restaurants, out to clubs and not come back smelling of smoke.
I don't like to see the stereotypical view of Brits abroad, binge drinking at weekends that you often see on the news. I think it's a minority of Brits that do that, and so for the rest of the country it can be an embarrassment.
As a happy non-smoker for 8 months, I would like to ban smoking completely.
I think the leaders of all big countries in the world should try to solve the problems together, because we have such big issues at the moment concerning the financial crisis that we have to work together. And if every country goes its own way, we won't solve our problems.
What are your ambitions for the future?
One day I'd like to have a job here where I get to write things a bit more fully than I do at the moment. At the moment I write emails and letters, but I'd like to write some of the more general communications that go out to the wider public and our supporters in general.
I would like to stabilise the business that I run at the moment because it's in decline, and I would like to find new ways of Oxfam raising money.
My ambition working for Oxfam is to travel to see a lot more of the programme, so I'm more confident about talking to donors about what Oxfam does and inspire them to give money so we can keep our work going. I think I'd like to become manager of a fundraising department, maybe with major donors or trusts and foundations eventually.
I've always wanted to own and manage my own business, and I really hope that someday I'll be able to do that.
My ambitions in the career I have at the moment are just to continue progressing the way I am. With Syndicate, hopefully, I want to step up another level and eventually take on more responsibility.